Iran's Fattah and Kheibar missiles are capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Iran designed a nuclear warhead as far back as 2003. Iran has long since tested, through simulations at the Parchin military base, the detonation system required to trigger a nuclear explosion. Iran possesses enriched uranium. Iran has already manufactured all the separate parts of a nuclear bomb, which can be assembled in just a few days. Analyzing all this information, I said in my previous post that Iran already has nuclear warheads. It would be foolish to think that Iran has everything except the warhead. Iran has nuclear warheads in a ready-to-cook state. Now the question is, if Iran is already a nuclear power, why doesn't it conduct a test and announce to the world, look, we have nukes? That way, it wouldn't have to suffer so many losses in war, and it wouldn't have to lose its top leaders and other senior leaders. The possible reasons below are my own personal analysis. You are free to disagree. First, the biggest reason? Iran's leaders prioritize their country over their own lives. I hope I don't need to explain this to you, because the supreme leader and other top leaders have happily sacrificed their lives to unite the people of the country. Therefore, Iran does not want to become an isolated country like North Korea. The sanctions imposed on North Korea for building nuclear bombs and ballistic missiles have still not been lifted. And as long as America remains the global superpower, those sanctions on North Korea will not be lifted either. Iran does not want to announce its nuclear bomb and then remain under indefinite sanctions like North Korea. Especially since Iran's geographical location is such that, even as one of the most sanctioned countries in the world, it is not isolated. People can travel to Iran, international journalists can visit, and Westerners can move around freely. Moreover, Iran's relations and travel with neighboring countries are very good. Now, if Iran announces a nuclear bomb, the world will make every effort to isolate it like North Korea. According to the current global situation, isolation is not that effective anymore. But even so, America still carries the label of the world's superpower, and most countries of the world stand beside it. Except for Trump's current period, America has never been this much on the back foot. Therefore, Iran also does not want to become disconnected from the Western world. According to the war situation, Iran is suffering massive damage. Almost all of its top leaders have been martyred. By now, America and Israel have destroyed nearly 70 to 80,000 targets in the country. But even then, the way Trump and Netanyahu are trying to back out of the war shows that Iran is the one holding the upper hand in this conflict. The main reason for that is the possibility of a global economic collapse, which America, as the world's leader, cannot afford. If Iran declares itself a nuclear-capable country, the war would become limited. As a last option, nuclear war could become inevitable. There are two options here. One is that America and Israel cannot morally attack a non-nuclear country with nukes. If they do, they themselves could become isolated from the world. And Iran would then gain complete moral ground for nuclear retaliation. However, in reality, no one except Israel wants a nuclear war. On the other hand, Iran cannot afford a nuclear war with two nuclear countries at the same time. Because in a nuclear war, Iran has Israel within reach, but not America. Moreover, Iran does not have ICBMs capable of reaching America, nor does it have enough warheads to strike America and wipe it out. But America can certainly wipe out Iran, along with the entire Middle East. Israel's population is only 12 million, while Iran's is 93 million. 1 crore versus 9 crore. This is beyond imagination. And in reality, the entire Muslim population of the Middle East would be wiped out. That would be over 500 million people. And America does not care about Shia or Sunni. This has been stated directly by America's defense minister. If a nuclear war situation arises, America will load Israelis onto ships and take them to America, then finish off the entire Middle East. The entire Middle East, along with a large part of Europe and Asia, will indeed be affected, but America will survive. Many people think that the whole world would be destroyed. No, that won't happen except on Judgment Day. Many will say that China and Russia won't sit idle. If a mission to wipe out humanity from the earth begins, they will certainly take sides. You might be thinking that I am exaggerating too much. But no. The world's current wars escalate very quickly. The India-Pakistan war also reached the nuclear level in just 4 days. The organization called the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists has been running the doomsday clock since 1947. And according to the doomsday clock calculation, the world is only 85 seconds away from nuclear war. Therefore, in my opinion, Iran will not reveal its nukes until it brings America within range. It has to confirm mutual assured destruction, MAD. However, Iran wants to avoid nuclear war and engage in a long conventional war. In that way, the price of oil would reach up to $200 per barrel. What will happen then is that when Iran sits at the negotiation table, it will be able to force acceptance of any of its demands, especially lifting sanctions on it and obtaining compensation. But America will not directly pay compensation. However, due to American sanctions, $100 to $120 billion of Iran's money is stuck around the world. If it can release that, Iran can easily revive its economy again. Along with that, if the sanctions are also lifted, then Iran will be established as the undeclared nuclear superpower of the Middle East. Israel has also kept it undeclared, and that has no connection with Iran. Because America has already declared Israel a nuclear power. They will not come under any sanctions either. Therefore, even if Iran has nuclear warheads in hand, due to these complex reasons, it cannot announce them directly.